All right, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show today is Inspire. And I have to think what inspires me. What inspires me is dressing. I like to dress up. And when I get my clothes ready and I figure what I'm going to wear for that day, that inspires me. The outfit I'm going to wear inspires me. That really inspires me when I put my clothes on or I dress up. It really makes me feel good. It inspires me to be my best self, you know. And that's what inspires me. That's why I'm such a clothes fanatic, and I'm so into my clothes because that's my inspiration. That's my inspiration. It's just like certain things people like to do, certain things people do. Dressing is my blessing. That's what I like to do. I like to dress, and I do it so well because I've been doing it so long. You dig? So it's like something that I generally don't do wrong. I can't do it wrong because I've been doing it very, 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 very long. Something that you've been doing long, you don't do it wrong, you know, because you have a long time invested. You invest a long time in it. When you invest invest a long time in it, then you don't miss it. You dig? No, you do not miss because you make it a solid hit. You know, hey man, look at inspiration, man. Inspiration, inspiring, you know, or anything positive influence. I feel good when I wake up. I dress up. I feel blessed up. I'm inspired to go out and face the nation with the greatest of ease, man. I'm just feeling great, man. I'm feeling wonderful, feeling blessed. You know, I jump up. You understand what I'm saying? I either go out there and get on the bus and do my thing, or I jump on my scooter and ride around for a minute. You know, I got choices, man, and I feel blessed and thankful and grateful that I got those choices to do what I do. You understand? You know, and it's wonderful. You understand? You know, to do what you want to do when you want to do it because you can. You understand? And that's the way it is, man. I say, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be negative. I don't have time to hate. I don't have time to anticipate negative reactions from people because I'm thinking about inspiring. Being an inspiration, you understand me? Being an inspiration across the nation, you know what I mean? And being thankful and grateful, you know what I mean? Because that's how I feel. I feel that way, you dig? You know, and that's how I'm gonna do. I do what I say I'm gonna do, and I mean what I say, and I do what I mean. You know, I try to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Each and every day, try to be the best I can be because I can't be no other way. You know, you dig? And inspiring people. You know, I don't worry about inspiring people as much as I try to be an inspiration when I talk to people. Like now, I talk to them on this show. I talk to them on Fast Black TV. The point of it is, you dig, is that, you know, I try to be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm not trying to impress people with saying I was the best at doing something. No, I wasn't the best. I'm just the best that I feel I could be, the best that I feel that I'm the best that I can be to me, to appreciate me, you know, for the life I lived in the past and in the present and in the future by being in the fast life and never being in the square life. I have a lot to be proud of because I graduated from the streets, you know what I mean, from the school of the streets. And then when I went to the joint, I got my education there where I got a degree in different things. You know, I actually got an AA in there. But the main thing I got that was so significant was psychology. I studied psychology. I studied self-help. I got deep into self-help. You understand me? And got to saturated my mind with PMA, positive mental attitude. I made sure, you understand me, to inspire myself with that there, because that's very, very important. And to carry that on, you understand me, throughout your whole day, each and every day. You know what I mean? You got to carry a positive attitude with you, you know. And don't let no one influence you no kind of way, fashion, shape, or form. Don't let no one negative or any other way influence you in that type of way. Because that's how they feel, that's their feelings, that's how they are. And they lived a different life and they think different thoughts. You know, you know what I mean? You got to look at people, man. They got different backgrounds, man. You know what I mean? I've had a cherished life since I was a young kid when my mother and my father, when I was being raised by my parents, man. And then my sisters were there for me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really had people there for me, man, that took care of me and made me be the great man that I am today. You understand what I'm saying? By being the people that are responsible for that. You understand me? My upbringing and my raising. You know what I mean? My sister's there. You know what I mean? For me. You know what I mean? I was looked after. You know, I was looked after and took care of. You know, and I don't have no regrets. You understand what I'm saying? On the way I was, being raised. You know, and just happy. You understand what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean, the relationships I was in throughout my years, it's just I might have not been ready for certain ones. The good ones came, and I might have not been ready, and I might have ruined some good ones that I have had, that I wasn't ready for. That, like the first one, the one that I had, you know what I mean. My wife Leslie, you understand me, my ex-wife Leslie, that was the best woman I've had at the time. If I would have been ready for her, she was really the best woman I could have had, because, you know what I mean, at the time she was really a great woman. I just wasn't the great man that I am now. You know what I mean? If I'd have been ready at that time, you know what I mean? I mean, hey, things would have been different. But that's okay, because now I'm ready and my life is on point, because I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, and I'm at the point in my life where I'm dealing with life on its terms, you dig? And being the best I can be, and growing and being better each and every day in each and every way. That's why I enhance my wardrobe. I constantly be in steady dressing as I'm blessed, you know what I mean, and doing what I have to do, you know what I mean, to be the best I can be. And that's what I do, you dig? You know what I'm saying? You only can do so much and be so much, you know what I'm saying? And then you know what I mean? You take care of your business. And that's why I say to myself that I'm blessed and I'm thankful and I'm grateful, And that's why, like I say, when I wake up, I be inspired, man. I look at my fabulous wardrobe and try to figure out what do I feel like wearing today? What is going to inspire me to feel a certain way? You know what I'm saying? And I'm always feeling a great way, because that's how I do. I program my life to be that way. That's why it's not the money you have, because it's not the money. People got to find out their key to what makes them happy. You dig? You know what I'm saying? That's why I inspire my woman to be happy by dressing her up, making her dress, and she feels great because she likes to dress. You know what I mean? And we dress together, we match. We're hard attached. You know what I mean? That's the way we do it. We do it together like that. And that's the wonderful thing, you know what I mean? She'll be on the show. We should be doing a show at the 28th of this month. At the end of the month, we should be able to do a show at that particular time. That's why I want to program the show, to make it on that particular day, which will be a great day and a great time. So everything will be on time, for time, with time, about time. And that's what it's all about, But the thing about it is, you got to stay positive. You got to stay on the uplift, you know what I'm saying? And be the best you can be, and be thankful and be blessed, man. You got to really, really do that, man. Appreciate life for what it is. And live it to the best of your ability, man. A lot of people don't realize that. They don't understand the points on that, on things that happen. They really don't understand that, because it's a situation where, you have to be your best self, and that's why what I do is, you understand me, is as I be my best self, I do what I have to do to be my best self, because you can't be no one or be nobody else, but just be your best self. If you can be your best self, then you know what I mean. Yeah, you can't be nobody else, And that's why I inspire myself to be my best self, because that's how I do it, You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on the hit list. I try to make sure, you understand what I'm saying, that I'm on the hit list. You dig? You know what I mean? I inspire myself to be be doing great things, man. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Yeah, because I know, see, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't let nothing get me down. I stay on point. I handle my business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I stay on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? And I always stay inspired. You know what I mean? And I try to inspire other people, but I really don't go out my way to inspire other people, because a lot of times people, you know what I mean? You better try to make yourself happy and think about yourself. You ain't got to go around trying to, preach to people and teach to people about different things. You know what I'm saying? If someone's ready to hear something you have to say, when you say it, cool. If it comes in a conversation that you're speaking to someone, but just don't, go around speaking to people. Because if I tell you something, haters, man, they do not want to hear you say something when you talk good and you look good and you're doing the right things. You gotta be careful, man, because a lot of people you gotta silence is really golden, man. And you got to kind of keep that under your hat. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta let people know you did that. You know what I mean? You gotta be quiet, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing all that talking, man. In public like that, running around talking to different people, because it's not good. Because haters, man, you inspire haters and they hate you anyway. And then if you look good and you talk good and you're saying something that looks good, that is good, you know what I mean? It's not good, man. You best to keep your mouth shut, man. Don't even expose them to it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people get big-headed and they get self-sufficient, and it's best to be quiet and stay on the low key. Don't overexpose yourself to it. You know what I mean? Keep it on the down low. Keep it on the down low. And that's what you have to do, you understand what I'm saying? You have to keep it on a quiet tip, on the QT. As long as you do that, man, you'll be okay. You'll be on the winning note, you know what I mean? And that's what you have to do. You inspire, you look a certain way. You understand me? And your vibrations and your energy, it shoots off inspiration. You understand me? You inspire people without those people even realizing it, man. You're an inspiration to these people, man. Off the top. You ain't got to even worry. You ain't got to trip off of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something, you know what I mean, it's automatically done. It's automatically gonna be done, man. It's an automatic reaction. You know what I mean? You just keep being your best self, feeling good, looking good, and do what you do for you. You know what I mean? As long as you feel good and you feel great, you're having a great time. Every moment, be blessed and be thankful and feel good and feel great. Don't let no distraction, no negativity get in your way. You know what I'm saying? Certain people, there's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you just got to be quiet. You ain't got to try to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's why I don't talk to everybody. You know what I mean? It's cool for you to talk and let people know where you're coming from. But it's not cool for me to let people know where I'm coming from, because I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to get points from no one. I'm not trying to prove nothing to no one. I try to inspire myself. I'm trying to inspire me. I'm trying to be the best me I can be. That's all I worry about. I'm not trying to go around inspiring people and doing this and doing that. You understand me? I try to make everything work for me. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to be on the full note, be the best I can be on that tip. And that's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize that's what it's going to take. You know what I mean? Just like my boy said, you know what I mean? It's a time, you know what I mean? You got to do this and save for this and save for that. I'm going to tell you, my saving days were kind of over with. I'm not worried. I'm saving and I'm going to get money to take care of business and handle what I got to do. But I'm traveling and I'm doing things and I'm spending money on things. You know what I mean? I'm going to enjoy life. I'm not going to try to leave earth and leave money with somebody or leave money with, no. I'm enjoying myself. I'm spending my money. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to spend my money and enjoy myself. I'm not going to worry, you understand me, about trying to hold on to a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was hustling, when I was in the game, when I was younger and everything, then I was trying to hold on to money for certain reasons. Now I'm not worried about it. I'm not tripping off that. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. I want to travel. I want to be able to go to, like I said, me and my woman going to Ohio this summer. We're going to see my sister this summer. Certain things, places we're going to go, and places, things we're going to do, and things people we're going to see. I'm also going, you understand me, I'm going to work that flea market. I'm trying to inquire about doing the flea market thing, working, making money and hustling. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, do things like that. Make money and reinvest. Have money to reinvest in the things. Have money to grow and move forward and have, stack money to a certain degree. But I'm not making money be everything. No, I'm not letting money be all and everything. No, I'm not putting that much emphasis on money. I'm putting more money on my health and happiness. That's what's number one in my health. Health and happiness, that's number one. And that means getting good sleep. Sleep good, you understand me? Get your rest. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Don't be worried about anything. Do not worry. That's why I'm saying don't worry about money. Get money, do what you have to do to get money, but don't worry. Don't let it be something you worry about. You do not worry about it. You get money, you do what you have to do, you invest money. You do what you have to do to get money to do the things that you want to do. And other than that, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't let it be a worry. You know what I mean? Don't let money be everything, because this is what people do. They judge people by how much money they have. Those that have and those that don't, and they put that stigma on that, and that ain't cool, because I see now that some of the biggest fools have some of the most money, and that don't mean nothing, because that don't make them no greater person or no better person because of the money they have. So that's why I don't even want to think about putting emphasis on money like that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm putting emphasis on happiness. I'm making happiness my greatest asset. I want to put emphasis on happiness. That's why I inspire myself to be happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be happy every day. I want to wake up to be happy every day. Sure, I want to have money. I want to manage money, and I'm not going to be broke because broke is not on my menu. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay on point. You understand? Because this is the way I am. And I inspire my woman to be the best she can be and do what's right. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's my job. As being a man, I'm gonna do what I do and be the best I can be, and I want to be the best she can be. That's what I do. But outside of that, I ain't got time to worry about the rest of these people. What the rest of these people are doing or where they coming from. I don't want time to worry about them. Not me. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna worry about them. It's like my nieces. I need to call them and talk to them, but I notice they're not calling me. So hey, if they ain't calling me, I'm not calling them. I'm backing away from a lot of people, man. I'm trying to handle my business, and that's it. I'm not even going. I'm backing away from them players' balls, man. I'm not even going to that player stuff too much. It ain't really that much going on, and I'm not really worried about it. When things get more together for me and my woman, she get more in order. Then we go out, and go to clubs and go to see entertainment, do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Inspired to live a great life, like I say, be the best we can be, you know what I'm saying? Like next year, actually, before this year's up, I want to kind of go to Hawaii. But I think that'll be next year. But I want to go to Ohio and go to see my sister. Those two things I want to do. That's the only two things I want to do this year. And next year will be Hawaii. Hawaii, we'll have that in there by itself. We'll keep that there by itself. And in Christmas and things, I'm not worried about going to see nobody. If I'm not invited nowhere, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about going to see anyone, man. I'm going to be happy. If it's just me and my woman, I'm going to be happy, man. I'm not going to worry about nobody else. Man, I'm not tripping off of nothing else. And nobody else out there, man, that don't determine my happiness. You know what I mean? I'm inspired to be the best I can be by waking up, you understand, and being happy. You know what I mean? Being the best I can be, you understand? And being motivated in that regard, to that respect, And that's how I do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna handle my business, man, and be on top of it too. You did. And that's why I said, man, that things are gonna be beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because that's the way I am. You dig? I live that way. You know what I'm saying? As far as spending money and having money, I do that automatically. That's all I'm gonna do is spend money and be happy doing what I do. I'm not gonna be a miser, sit around and don't spend money. I'm gonna spend money and I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna enjoy life, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to be happy. But my main concern and my main objective is happiness. You dig? And if I put that first, health and happiness, that's my main objective. The rest, I ain't competing with nobody else. I ain't trying to compete with no man. I'm trying to outdo him. I'm trying to be the best. Thinking I want to be number one. No, I'm not gonna be number one. I'm gonna be my number. I'm gonna be number one to me and my woman. That's the only number one I want to be in my life with my woman. I'll be number one in all life. That's why, like I said, I'm backing away from a lot of events that I have been to and been going to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna back away from a lot of them. You know, and enjoy every day, every moment, like I do. You know, and live my life to the best of my ability. You know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, like I said, I ain't got time to be fumbling, you understand what I'm saying? You know, with somebody that, you know, is half-stepping. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, sure, they gotta put their stuff together and get on point. You know what I'm saying? They just started turning things around. So you got to start doing it. Things got to happen. You start doing a couple of things, and then, you know what I mean, bam, it's going to fall in place. You got to be patient, and you got to make solid, straight, good moves. But consistency gets you the victory. You see, that's what it is. You got to have that positive attitude, man. That positive attitude that gets you where you need to go. And that'll send you to the top, man. Victory will send you to the top. And inspired. Be inspired. Be inspired, man. That's why I try to be my best self, and that's being inspired, man. I'm not trying to be nothing less, you understand? That's why I dress and be blessed and look good every day and be the best I can be, because that's the way I feel. And that's what I'm going to be. I ain't got time, man, to be letting these people understand me. Determine how I'm going to feel and where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do. I do not have time to let these people determine any of that. I'm not going to let it happen. You know, no, and how they feel and what they think about me is, I ain't got time for it. I try to accommodate and enjoy them on their terms. As far as, you know, it's the happiness, not anything else. They ain't got to have a lot of money or whatever. As long as they bring happiness to my life, then I let them be around me, you understand what I'm saying? But when they complain and be complaining and bickering, I don't like that. I don't like that complaining. You know what I mean? Then I have to back away from it. But if you being positive and being joyful, then I like that. I like to be around people that's happy. You know what I mean? Joyful. If they're not, I'm not going to be around you. I'm not going to be around people complaining. You know what I mean? Complaining and half-stepping and shucking and jiving. I ain't got time for it. Not me. I'm not going to let it happen. You know? I'm not going to be on that page. You know what I'm talking about? Because I got to stay on point, man. I got to live my life to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And I got days that I do certain things and days that I spend time with certain people. And that's why I'm gonna keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know? And that's all I can do, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I got my books out and I'm gonna sell it accordingly. But that's not, you know, I don't let that go to my head because I got a book out. I don't let that go to my head. None of that goes to my head. You understand me? I don't let none of that go to my head. You understand? It's a manifestation of me, and it's what it is. It's a part of my life. It's just one chapter in my life. You understand me? You know, it's a book that I have out. Okay, cool, right? I gotta have other books. I got other things I want to work on, like the book, like I said with the pictures, the one I want. I want that book out. You understand me? I'm see if the people can manifest that. See if I can get that on the ball. You understand? You know, and then see what happens. You dig? But the point of it is, you understand me, is that, you know, you got to be one, man, to, you know, to be your best self, man. You know, and don't let nobody, you know, get in your way, man. You know, stay positive and stay by yourself. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up with these different people. Stay to yourself most of the time. Most of the time, be one to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be by yourself. You know, with yourself to love yourself. You know, you love yourself first, and you ain't got to worry about the rest of them people getting in your way. You know what I'm saying? Or being in your way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an inspiration, man. Inspired. inspire and be an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't been to church in a while. I want to go to church by Easter. We definitely going to church Easter because we're going to be together Easter Sunday. So I'm definitely going to make that a point to go to church, you know, to make that something that we do. You know what I'm saying? We are going to do that, you know. And I don't care what's happening on that note, that holiday, we are going to be together. You know, and he's got to find other ways of getting around because it's like this. You know, we got to do what we got to do, and our plans are to go to church. You understand me? And do, you know, constantly do what we do to inspire each other, inspire ourselves to be the best we can be at the time necessary. You know, and that's what we're gonna do. You know, and I gotta pick the outfits out for the Easter. That's the next big thing jumping off. It's Easter Sunday. It's the next big event that I got to think about for us. That's the next time. I got to figure the outfits for that time. You know, I got to figure that. You know what I'm saying. I think I might try to get that burgundy sequin. I think I'm gonna go for the sequin burgundy. I think I need to get that fit. Yeah. I think that's the one I'm gonna get. I'll make sure to get that for us. That one will work. That'll definitely work, you understand me? And that's the one I'm putting it's gonna work, you understand me? You know, I make plans and make those things happen so that way I be inspired, you understand what I'm saying? Before the event or the situation comes up, I'm already ready, you understand? So that's why Easter, it's not going to be around Easter, because Easter's coming up too. Easter is what? May? No, Easter's April. So it's going to be May, it'll probably be around June. I say June is when I go see my sister. I'll see my sister around June. And I'll go up to, I'll make it around that time. The first part of June. You know? Yeah, I'll make it around that time. You know what I'm saying? The first part of June. That's what I do, man. You know, you got to make plans. You got to plan things out so things will be all right. You know, you got to think big and think the right thoughts and plan things out so you'll be on the right point. You be on point, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be on the right note. You did? Yeah, you got to be on the right note, man, because, you know, there's so many things that you know, we have to do, you know what I'm saying, to be our best self and to understand that you got to live your life, man, live it to the best of your ability, be better and better each and every day, each and every year, each and every month. Be better, man, do better, be better, live better, be happier. Man, you know what I'm saying? I got to be on it, man. I got to see the doctor, get this operation so I can do better when it comes to that. Man, I want to be the best I can be, man. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that operation. I'm not going to let that hold me back. I'm going to do that so I can be my better self, so I can get around better and do better and be better. Man, I'm not letting nothing hold me back. I'm not sitting around in no pity party, man. I'm inspired to be the best I can be and be the greatest of these, man. I want to be the best that I can be for me. I'm not trying to compare myself with no one else. That's one thing I'm not doing. I'm not trying to compare myself with no one else. I'm living my life. Me and my woman are living our life together. I'm not trying to compete or be in nobody else's. You know, I'm not trying to be on nobody's lane, man. I ain't trying to be in their lane. I ain't trying to play no games, man. I'm not trying to be in that situation, man. Not me. I'm not trying to do it. You dig? I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to be a part of that, man. Because I know what I need to do is to be my best self, and I got to get along with people and try to keep a good positive attitude. I'm going to argue less. You know what I'm saying? Like today when I leave here, you know, these shows are therapy to me. This is the therapy. I'm going to try to be able to get in no arguments today. Just play past a whole lot of stuff that I know I got to be aware of. You understand? this show, by doing a show about inspiration, inspired me to be a greater sensation. You dig? And that's why I'm telling you now, you understand what I'm saying, that I'm letting this show go. You understand me? And hey, International Red Fashion Experience, over and out.